It's been chaotic since the morning. When I got home from work, Riley's belongings were gone. In a panic, I rushed to Mom's house, only to find that Callie's belongings were missing too. After making me sign the divorce papers, Callie and Riley had dashed out of the house as if eloping. The divorce was eventually finalized, with Riley responding to the phone calls. However, I had no idea where the two of them were. I suspected they hadn't gone far due to work commitments. After the divorce, I moved out of the apartment I shared with Riley and started living with my mother. While I couldn't forgive Callie and Riley for their affair and the pain they caused, Mom seemed unfazed.
Aren't you angry, Mom?
Oh, yes. Maybe it's time to talk to you. I was shocked to learn that Mom had been orchestrating an incredible strategy all along. Everything seemed to have been in her hands. 2 years after Callie and Riley left, Mom passed away at the age of 80. Her lively nature made it seem like she might pop up at any moment joking, "Just kidding." I haven't fully processed her death yet. But I dread the calm that will come after the funeral. When that time comes, I plan to mourn alone fully. However, I can't stay sad forever. I have a task Mom entrusted me with. A month after the funeral, which Callie and Riley didn't attend, they showed up at the house. Callie, with a triumphant smirk, confronted me. "As promised, I, the eldest daughter, will inherit all of her estate. There's no money for you."
What?
Just 2 seconds after Callie looked at me, I confronted her with the truth. Caught off guard by my unexpected words, Callie and my ex-husband briefly showed a moment of confusion. However, thinking I was merely making a futile attempt to fight back, they quickly regained their smug, confident expressions.
What do you mean? That's impossible.
I've already told you, you can't just easily dismiss inheritance rights. Plus, Mom promised to give me all the money, right? You might not like it, but there's no point in struggling against it. You're familiar with inheritance, right? But it seems you didn't know about the disinheritance system. Disinheritance system? What's that? The disinheritance system is when someone commits an act that makes them ineligible to inherit. It includes serious crimes, forgery, destruction, alteration, or concealment of a will, and coercion in the creation, revocation, or alteration of a will. How does that relate to me? Didn't you pressure Mom not to leave a will? That's coercion, making you ineligible to inherit.
What? You're saying I lost my inheritance rights because I pressured Mom?
As I explained this to Callie, her composure crumbled. If she lost her inheritance rights, she wouldn't get a cent of the $1 million she was counting on. Understandably, she was panicking.
Did we really threaten Mom? I don't remember such a thing. Right, it was 2 years ago. Hard to remember. We never said anything like that.
Riley added, thinking they could talk their way out without evidence. But Mom had already blocked their escape route. What? You want to see proof? Just wait a minute.
Evidence? You have it.
I left Callie and Riley anxiously waiting at the entrance while I went to fetch the evidence. Here's the proof. It's all in here.
A memory card?
Both of you, it wasn't just on the day I signed the divorce papers. It seems you've been hurling abuse at Mom for a long time. I showed the infidelity videos, but Mom recorded much more.
More recordings? How could you say such awful things to Mom? Like, don't leave a will giving me the money, and threatening her about what would happen if she did. And telling her to take care of herself because you were going out.
As I recounted the abuse they hurled at Mom, there was no need to show the content of the memory card. Callie and Riley's faces turned ashen.
But even if you have that, can you really disinherit us? Inheritance rights can't be easily revoked, right?
I've heard that before. True, you can't easily revoke inheritance rights. But disinheritance isn't about revocation, it's about being stripped of the right, automatically, regardless of the deceased or heir's intent. So, no matter how much Callie demands, even if Mom had left a will, it doesn't matter. Callie's disinheritance is already decided.
That's a lie! I'll get a lawyer and expose your lie.
Feel free.
I've already consulted with a lawyer who took care of Mom. He said to come to him again if you cause any trouble. So, whatever demands you make through your lawyer will probably be rejected.
Callie and Riley, unable to judge the truth of my words, just hung their heads in silence, just like I did back then.
If you're not going to say anything, can you leave? I never want to see your faces again.
After kicking them out, I prayed and reported to Mom that I had done as she instructed. Later, Callie apparently went to consult a lawyer, but was turned away after being advised. Lawyers often refuse cases they're likely to lose, so that must have been the case. With her disinheritance confirmed, Callie lost the right to inherit even the reserved $500,000 she was entitled to. She was furious, but it was her own doing. And blaming Mom was completely misguided. Callie and Riley had been intimidating Mom. This could be considered psychological abuse of an elderly person, potentially subject to criminal charges. However, Mom chose to overlook that.
Mom, you don't have to do anything?
It's fine.
It was just childish tantrums. My punishment was letting them find out they wouldn't get a cent after I was gone.
I learned after they left that to Mom, Callie's actions were just a child's whining. That's why Mom always seemed unfazed, no matter what Callie said or did. Callie thought she was pressuring Mom, but in reality, Mom never took her seriously. Mom devised and executed a plan to disinherit Callie, but, since inheritance matters are dealt with after one's passing, she couldn't complete the final step herself. That's why she asked me to finish it. Mom, who had foreseen everything and maneuvered flawlessly, only panicked once. It was when I saw her memo. She had intentionally shown it to me to make me aware of Callie's